Hey guys, so I wanted to show you how to prepare a dog kennel for, travel, for airplane travel. And now every airline has their own requirements. Different countries have different requirements. What I'm going to show you is going to make sure you are good for any airline, any country, all that good stuff. Now, you've probably seen different videos of dogs running around on the tarmacs and all sorts of craziness going on. All of that happens when people either get really cheap and get bad products, or the airline themselves aren't following rules. Now, at least in the United States and most of Europe, the airlines themselves have stricter policies than the countries, because the airlines can be held responsible, because they can be sued, all these different kind of things. So most of the time, if you follow the airline requirements, everything will be fine. But again, I'm going to show you how to get your kennel pristine so that it'll be the safest space for your dog, and your dog might actually enjoy being in the kennel more than if they could fly inside of the cabin. They will have more space in here and all that good stuff. Okay, first, for this kind of a kennel, you want to get one that has the metal grating on the side. Now, you can find less expensive options where this is going to be plastic. Now, the back will almost always be plastic, but when all three sides are plastic, it reduces the structural integrity of the crate itself. The plastic is a little more wobbly. And if you have that wobbly aspect on all three sides, it's a problem. And actually, a lot of airlines will not allow you to have a crate this big with plastic all the way around. So always, if you're shopping online for one, make sure this is metal. Don't get one that has plastic all the way around. All right, next, when you get the crate, it's going to say on the advertisement and all the stuff and all the information about it that it is airline ready. Everything's good to go. That's what this one said. It's a fine product. Not exactly the case. It's going to come with plastic screws that secure the top and the bottom together. You don't want plastic screws. Really, the less plastic you have on it, the better. So you're going to want to purchase this. You can get it off of Amazon for like $3, a set of these metal screws. So the metal, it'll go on through the bottom, and then you'll just kind of fasten it to the top. Simple, screw in a nut, bolt. It's pretty straightforward, but it's much more secure than the plastic. The plastic, when it'll expand and contract at the different temperatures, and so yeah, you pick these up. And I would recommend having a spare just in case, something falls off, whatever, just in case you have a couple extras. And now that I mentioned the temperature, don't worry about your dog in cargo. You might assume it's going to freeze. All the luggage compartments, that's all temperature controlled. So whatever temperature you have in the cabin is going to be the temperature in the luggage. Now, if you want, you can tell the flight attendant, the flight crew when you board that, hey, I have a dog that's flying luggage. One, could you let me know when they are put on the plane? And two, remind the pilot to turn on the temperature control. Now, they will do that anyways. There's a reason why your liquids aren't frozen solid when you get it off of, from the conveyor belt. That's all temperature controlled, so your pet will be comfortable. But there is some slight temperature changes when you're taking off. So again, the metal is key. Now, another thing you want to do while you're prepping the kennel for transport, you want to get zip ties that secure the edges. Like every edge will have this opening. You want zip tie on all four sides. I have taken the ones off in the front as I was taking it apart, but you want one, so you want them on all four sides. You want some extra zip ties as well for the kennel door. Now, you open the door, and the dog will go in, I don't think my Leela is feeling that right now. But so when the dog's in and you're getting everything situated at the airport and you close the door, depending on the airline, there's going to be two options. One, you either have to fasten the zip ties through the door up through this thing, and you're gonna, some require 2, some require 4, like because there's 1, 2, 3, 4 to secure the door. Others will require a lock. I've had both, and it's recommended that you get probably 3 or 4 of these kinds of locks. Again, it works like a zip tie. It feeds through, comes out the top, and secures. Now, don't worry, the airlines, they can get those off if something happens. That's not a big deal. It's really just to secure the door so the dog can't accidentally open it. So that's really all it is. So you'll want, again, zip ties and these kinds of locks. You can get them at Home Depot. You can get them at Walmart. They're really affordable. Usually they come in 2 or 4 packs. All right, now for dishes. Chances are you're not going to feed or water your pet while they're in the kennel. Now, if it's a very long flight, maybe flying to Europe and you have a layover somewhere, there might be a chance that one of the ground crew will water your dog. That's the case. You want something like this. Just a little two container food and water. It's got little hooks that secures right onto the door. You don't want anything freestanding. The fewer freestanding things in the kennel, the better. A lot of places won't even let you put freestanding things. So put this. You probably won't use it, but it's there just in case the flight or the ground crew needs it. All right, next, you're gonna want stickers, live animals. Get this. Probably more important, you want stickers with the arrows pointing up. In case, I mean, chances are nothing will happen. It's not gonna get knocked over, but you still, just in case, want arrows pointing to the top. Again, you can buy these on Amazon. Now, what I would recommend is get some packing tape as well. So you put the packing tape over the stickers. I've had some of these where the sticky side of the sticker, not great, and it just started to pull off, and that doesn't do you any good. So get some packing tape, secure it, and yeah, try to do every side. You know, we've had numerous trips with this. So yeah, just so that the airline and whoever's handling it knows whatever direction they're looking at. All right, you will want to put something down the bottom. Now your instinct might be to get a really big dog bed. Don't do that. You don't want the option of stuffing coming out. The fewer chances of a dog choking on anything, the better. So either get something really, really thin, or one thing I found was an orthopedic pad. It was about an inch thick, maybe. It had grip on the bottom, and it just laid flat. And the grip prevented it from getting, easily tossed up or whatever. And even if it did, it wouldn't be a big deal. The dog couldn't really chew it, but it gave at least some padding. And then above that, you will place a dog training pee pad. And that's not saying your dog's going to use the restroom or pee in but it's just in case they have an accident or it's a long time and they do relieve themselves, then it can absorb it, and then it's not sloshing around everywhere. Now, of course, you're going to want to, you have to contact your airline and tell them, hey, I got a dog, so they can, there's only a certain number of dogs or pets allowed on a flight, so you will need to tell them in advance. And make sure to ask for any specific airline requirements. On the website, they'll tell you measurements and all that stuff. I have never once had an airline break out a tape measure and start measuring dogs. And basically, as long as your dog can sit straight, can stand up, and can turn in a circle without, bumping into everything. As long as that's fine, no big deal. Like, basically, you can't just like ball your dog up and shove it in. So as long as they can get in, be comfortable, that's all that matters. Granted, you want your dog to be comfortable, and I know these kennels can start to get kind of a little pricey. It's almost always better to go bigger than smaller if you're not sure. If, like, she was really kind of like, this is a little big for her, but the smaller size was going to be just not, it was going to be too small, or too small for her to be comfortable. So we went with this size, and it's perfect, gives her some space and all that stuff. And so it's, again, it's all about safety and keeping your pet comfortable. And in a different video, we can go over prepping your dog for flight. You don't want to just like, surprise, we're going on an airplane. You want to kind of prep them for some stuff, and we'll go over kind of that, what you want to do with the vet, like some general hygiene things you want to take care of before you go. Because, again, you want to minimize any possibility of accidents. 99% of the time, 99.99% of the time, there will not be any issues, but especially as long as you follow all of the requirements. But yeah, that is basically it. It's pretty straightforward with prepping your kennel for air travel, whether it's domestic or international. If you have any questions still about how to do this, put them down in the comments, and I'll address them, or I'll make another video in case I missed some stuff. But yeah, I'm just here to make sure your dog and everybody stays safe. And yeah, if you have any concerns, again, about air travel, maybe it's really freaking you out, because I know it freaked me out the first time I did it, but now Leela here has been to numerous countries on different continents. So yeah, ask and I will address all of those. So anyways, guys, take it easy.